Gucci Mane's wife, Keyshia, recently found herself in the middle of a heated storm on social media after Nicki Minaj publicly called her out in a fiery post that instantly went viral. The tension began brewing after Gucci and Keyshia appeared on The Breakfast Club, where the couple opened up about their marriage, mental health challenges, and Gucci's personal journey of growth and recovery. What was meant to be a heartfelt and candid conversation quickly spiraled into controversy once Nicki Minaj decided to weigh in with a series of explosive accusations on X, formerly known as Twitter. In her post, Nicki Minaj accused Keyshia of trying to emulate her, suggesting that Keyshia had been dying for the spotlight for years. She didn't stop there. She went on to make a string of claims that instantly ignited a frenzy online. "Gucci's wife has been trying to be me for years," Nicki wrote. "She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Antony. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now." Charlamagne the Fraud, Jay-Z's friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. "The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet." The post immediately sent shockwaves through social media. Fans, bloggers, and major entertainment pages began dissecting every word, every insinuation, and every connection Nicki hinted at. Many were stunned by the mention of Deborah Antony, Gucci Mane's former manager and Waka Flocka Flame's mother, as well as the reference to Charlamagne Tha God, one of the Breakfast Club hosts. Nicki seemed to suggest that there were deeper plots and manipulations taking place behind the scenes, accusing powerful industry figures of conspiring against her. For some fans, this was classic Nicki, outspoken, unfiltered, and fiercely defensive when she feels attacked. But for others, it felt like she was reigniting unnecessary drama, particularly dragging Keyshia into a feud she hadn't signed up for. Rather than responding with anger or matching Nicki's energy, Keyshia took a subtler yet powerfully symbolic approach. On Tuesday afternoon, she uploaded a short video clip to Instagram where she was seen vibing to Cardi B, the very artist, who has been embroiled in a long-standing feud with Nicki Minaj. The post didn't include any direct words toward Nicki, but the message was clear to anyone who had been following the ongoing tension between the two rap queens. In the caption, Keyshia wrote, "I'm like, nah. Since when? Out here embarrassing." The cryptic tone and the choice of music spoke volumes. It was a move that fans interpreted as both classy and cutting, a way of saying, "I'm unbothered," while subtly aligning herself with Cardi B, Nicki's biggest rival. The internet erupted almost instantly. Comment sections flooded with people debating the meaning of Keyshia's post. Some applauded her for maintaining her composure and refusing to engage directly in the negativity, while others felt she had deliberately added fuel to the fire by using Cardi's music. Memes, tweets, and Instagram stories spread like wildfire, and within hours, Keyshia's video had become one of the top trending topics in entertainment gossip circles. But to fully understand why this particular moment caught so much attention, one has to look at the history between Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and the complex web of celebrity alliances in hip-hop culture. Nicki and Cardi's rivalry dates back to 2017, when Cardi's meteoric rise to fame threatened to overshadow Nicki's long-standing reign as the queen of rap. Despite early attempts to appear friendly, things quickly soured. Rumors of shade, subliminal disses in lyrics, and tense red carpet encounters eventually culminated in the now infamous altercation during New York Fashion Week in 2018, where the two rappers' teams clashed, and Cardi was seen throwing a shoe. Since then, their feud has evolved through music, interviews, and, most explosively, through social media exchanges that often involve their fan bases, known as the Barbs and the Barty Gang. When Keyshia posted her Cardi B video, it wasn't just a random choice of music. It was a deliberate statement in a world where affiliations matter deeply. Keyshia, known for her composure and elegance, rarely engages in online drama. She has built a brand rooted in discipline, luxury, and loyalty, and many fans admire her for the way she has stood by Gucci Mane through his most difficult years. Her decision to post Cardi's song was interpreted by some as a sign of quiet, defiance, a way of pushing back against Nicki's claims without lowering herself to public confrontation. The origin of Nicki's outburst also traces back to the Breakfast Club interview, where Keyshia had spoken with remarkable honesty about how she helps Gucci manage his mental health. During the conversation, she revealed that she takes an active role in protecting his peace and stability, especially during periods when he feels overwhelmed. "I have a system," she said. "I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do is delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I gotta change his password, I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you haven't known about any other episodes since September 13? That's because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram. You're not going on Twitter. It's deleted. I control everything at home. And now, before the episodes come, I catch it. So, that's why he hasn't had another one." Her words painted a picture of deep commitment, a wife standing firmly beside her husband, not as his handler but as his protector, creating a safe environment away from public scrutiny. Many viewers praised her transparency, noting that mental health is still a taboo subject for many men in the hip-hop world, where vulnerability is often seen as weakness. Gucci Mane, who has been candid about his battles with addiction, trauma, and prison time, spoke openly about how his wife's strength and love have been pivotal in his transformation. For years, he has credited Keyshia as the backbone of his recovery, someone who stayed loyal during his incarceration and continued to build their empire in his absence. However, Nicki Minaj seemed to interpret Keyshia's comments differently, suggesting that Kaweir's control over Gucci was manipulative or performative. In Nicki's eyes, perhaps it appeared that Keyshia was positioning herself as a savior figure, something Nicki has historically criticized in others. But the rapper's decision to frame her, criticism in such personal and accusatory language, mentioning Deborah, Antony, and suggesting conspiracies involving media figures, made the situation spiral far beyond a simple disagreement and quickly began pulling up old photos and videos, trying to piece together the deeper connections. Some pointed out that Nicki and Gucci had worked together early in their careers, and at one point, rumors suggested tension between Nicki and Deborah Antony, who once managed Nicki during her early days in the industry. Others speculated that Nicki's comments reflected lingering resentment toward Gucci for past professional disagreements. The situation, therefore, wasn't just about Keyshia's interview. It touched on a web of history stretching back over a decade, full of unresolved grievances and perceived betrayals. Meanwhile, Keyshia continued to project calm confidence. Her Instagram remained filled with glimpses of her family life, her beauty and fitness brand, and moments of affection with Gucci. Those who know her brand know that Keyshia has always prioritized presentation. She rarely reacts impulsively or emotionally online. Her silence following Nicki's post was, in itself, a statement. By refusing to engage in a back and forth, she maintained her dignity and reinforced the image of a woman, too, focused on her empire to be distracted by drama. But make no mistake, fans noticed the subtle shade in her choice to listen to Cardi B. It was a move that perfectly blended restraint with quiet rebellion. In the world of celebrity feuds, silence can sometimes speak louder than words, and Keyshia's calm demeanor contrasted sharply with Nicki's fiery rhetoric. Some fans even suggested that this was a strategic play, that by aligning herself, even symbolically, with Cardi B, Keyshia was indirectly challenging the idea that Nicki could control the narrative or intimidate her into silence.